The thing about Arsenal is, more or less every week, they look genuinely great. They are playing like champions. They are behaving like champions. They are exuding the qualities that you need to win the Premier League. They are making it look so easy. They're so well organised. A key component in winning the league. They're so relaxed. They aren't stressing out. They aren't overawed by the magnitude of the fixture. Remember, for Arsenal, going away to Tottenham is their most ferocious, intense, and electric atmosphere that they will face in a season. This is, far and away, the biggest game for their fans. This is as intense as it will get. They were sipping a pina colada on the beach. It was so easy. They were so confident and they were stylish. In that first half, they gave Tottenham an education. It was humiliating for Tottenham Hotspur. In a game like this, this fixture is always won by the home team. It goes with serve. I think only on 5 occasions since 2013 has the away team won it. And look at how easily Arsenal demolished Tottenham. Every single week, they are looking more and more like the real deal. Remember, I called this ages ago that Arsenal were looking like champions. But every single week that goes by, not only do they look more and more like champions, but their opponents are looking less and less likely. And to do it in an occasion like this, away from home against Antonio Conte at Tottenham, is huge. Really huge. But I do actually have a question for you. I'm interested in your thoughts on this, so please let me know in the comments below. Genuine question here. If you swapped goalkeepers today, do you swap results? Like Aaron Ramsdale was sensational and Hugo Lloris is a complete and utter calamity, isn't he? Like, I think the easiest thing for me to do on this review would be to talk about Bukayo Saka destroying Sessegnon, absolutely educating him. It must have been a horrible experience for Ryan Sessegnon because it became so clear, so abundantly clear to everyone in the stadium, maybe apart from Antonio Conte, that Ryan Sessegnon was not capable of dealing with the brilliance of Bukayo Saka. He couldn't handle it. He didn't know what to do. And you can't really blame him in that situation because he's not good enough. He couldn't handle Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka was electric in that first half. Totally unplayable. I mean, Martin Odegaard, just absolutely outrageously good. And that's what I could do in this review, right? I could talk about Saka doing that to Sessegnon. I could talk about Odegaard's class, Odegaard's precision. I could talk about Thomas Partey's strength, his presence, the ease at which he plays the game. That shot that he hit, they hit the bar. I can't believe the bar stayed in the ground. It was such a wallop. But today, actually, it's Ramsdale. You have to talk about Aaron Ramsdale. Aaron Ramsdale needs to be on everyone's lips because he won that game. Because look, Arsenal were a dominant team, but Tottenham fashioned some chances. Ramsdale every single time. He was the king of White Hart Lane today. And look, it's so easy, I think, when you talk about Arsenal, to focus on the obvious. But Ramsdale today, I'm telling you, if you swap goalkeepers, you swap scorelines. I believe that. I believe that Ramsdale won his team the game. And that is what a point of a goalkeeper is. They talk about, didn't they say Peter Schmeichel was worthy of 10 points a season? Aaron Ramsdale today, undoubtedly worthy of 3 points. And they are looking like champions. There's no two ways about it. Manchester City are not. They're looking all over the place. And I guarantee you this, Pep Guardiola, if he's watching that game today, he's got to have his head in his hands and he's got to be looking at Arsenal thinking they're the real deal. And he's also got to be thinking, I'm an idiot. I've made a crucial mistake. Pep Guardiola is partially responsible for this due to arrogance. Don't give Arsenal the tools that they can then deploy those tools against you. You gave them Zinchenko. What were you thinking? Not only did that strengthen Arsenal so much, not only because of the qualities that he brings on the pitch, not only because of the balance that he brings to that left side, but because of his nous and know-how and acumen and experience. The geezer has won 3 out of 4 league titles. He knows how to win. He knows how to go to White Hart Lane, intense atmospheres, and get a result. He knows how to win derby games. He knows what it's about to be a winner. He is a proven winner because, partly, of your coaching, Pep, and you have let him go to Arsenal, and he has taken all of that education to Arsenal. He was outstanding today. The education that you gave him is being used against you, and your arrogance in allowing your team to strengthen a rival, maybe because of the friendship with Mikel Arteta. But why would you give them not only Zinchenko today, but Gabriel Jesus? He set the tone for this Arsenal team. Early in the season, remember when they went away to Bournemouth and he was unplayable and whatever else, the result against Fulham? Pep Guardiola is partially the architect of this Arsenal resurgence. But they are looking like champions now. And they are brilliant. They really are. They are now what? 14 points. That is a stunning achievement. They are 14 points ahead of Tottenham. Do you remember when it used to be mind the gap and all that? What is it now? Mind the chasm. It's not a gap. 14 points clear, having played a game less. Like Tottenham are now in contention to fall out of the places for the Champions League. They really are. And I don't know where they're going to go from here, Tottenham, because they were all over the place today. I thought that they were so shaky. Tactically, they got it wrong. I like Antonio Conte. I rate him so highly. But I think he got it wrong today. They so desperately needed an additional man in midfield. But Conte's system doesn't really allow you to do that. Ryan Sessegnon so desperately needed help, and it never came. And I don't know who Antonio Conte can blame for this. I mean, I know who he should blame. He should blame Hugo Lloris. I mean, goalkeeping blunders. He is so bad, Lloris. But I think tactically, Conte got it wrong. I mean, I think he played into Mikel Arteta's hands. The conservative approach until the game was already gone allowed Arsenal to win this game. Don't sit back against an effervescent of attack. An effervescent attack of Saka. An effervescent attack of Nketiah, who's busy and lively. An effervescent attack of Martinelli. Odegaard, what are you doing? Don't sit back against them. That is their strong point. Don't allow them to flourish. And that is exactly what Antonio Conte did until it was too late. We saw in the second half, the game looked slightly more lively, slightly more alive. But foolish. But Mikel Arteta got it so wrong, and he demonstrated a level of maturity at the end. Fairly recently, after that game against Newcastle, I thought that Mikel Arteta demonstrated a slightly worrying quality. He went mad at the end, and he looked like he was being affected by the occasion. And it wasn't even tense yet. We're in January. This isn't when it's nerve-wracking. But today, at the end of the game, there was an incident involving Aaron Ramsdale, and Arteta demonstrated the perfect approach. He went over there, he got between his players and the fans, and he eschewed all his players to celebrate with their fans. Arsenal fans were up the other end, going potty, singing about Saliba and whatever else. Get up there. Get up with the Ashburton Army and sing and dance and play with them. Get away from this. Got Xhaka out of there. Xhaka can be a hothead. Got him out of there. Got Aaron Ramsdale out of there, who can also be a bit of a hothead. Very impressive management from Mikel Arteta. Got it so right. And today, ultimately, it was men against boys. But the boys won. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was... The boys were the seniors. The boys were the pros. The boys were the educated. The boys got it so right. And Arsenal's young team having a day out, having a party at White Hart Lane. Humiliating for Tottenham. How dominant was that first half? How dominant. And look, the peculiar own goal, people are going to focus on that, right? From Lloris. Idiotic. So foolish. But why did it happen? It happened because Saka had the beating of Sessegnon every single time he got the ball. It happened because Hugo Lloris isn't good enough. It happened because tactically, nobody was helping Sessegnon out. And look, it could have been worse. Odegaard scored a beautiful goal, but Partey's thing that hit Partey's peach, monstrous volley. Amazing day at the office for Arsenal, and they have taken another step closer to the Premier League title. It's going to take something special to stop them, but they are now 8 points clear, and there is a luxury. When you are 8 points clear, they have to play City twice. They can drop points against City. There's no pressure for them to win away from home at City. Amazing stuff from Arsenal. Amazing stuff from Mikel Arteta. There we go. Let me know your thoughts on Ramsdale. Do you think I've got that right? And obviously, really interested to hear your thoughts on the entire game. Do you think that they are going to win the league? And if you've enjoyed this video, please do me the honour. Give it a like, click subscribe. I would love to welcome you into this community. Have a wonderful Sunday night. In a bit.